Hey everyone, Jeanette here. Welcome back to my channel. I had a couple requests to go through when I do one of my weekly food preps. What kinds of meals do I throw together with all these little components that I make? So that's what we're going to do in today's video. I hope you enjoy these ideas. I often just fly by the seat of my pants and I don't follow any kind of meal plan per se, but whatever kind of sounds good. I tend to get a little bit, creative as much as I can with these little bits and pieces. So let me show you an example of what I did this past week. Sometimes I get tired of just eating oatmeal for breakfast, so I will throw together this cereal blend that's kind of similar to Rip's Big Bowl. So in this one I'm using alpenmuesli, some of the Ezekiel cereal, a little bit of the cashew shredded wheat biscuits, and some rolled oats. And then I just put it into a storage container and use it like I would any other cereal. I usually top it with a little bit of fruit and some almond milk, maybe a dash of cinnamon, and that's breakfast. I also use this cereal blend as a topping on some plant-based yogurt for a little snack, and because it's getting chilly out, I enjoy that with a nice cup of homemade hot cocoa. Since apples are in season, I'm eating a lot of them lately, and what I'll do is just cut some up. I'll core them, but I won't peel them, and just bake them until they're nice and soft in the oven, and it just makes such a nice little treat. So what I've been doing is putting them on my oatmeal as well, along with a little bit of apple butter and a little tiny bit of vanilla extract and some cinnamon, and I'm gonna top this one with some crushed pecans, and there you go. I've got some apple pie oatmeal. I usually have some fresh cut up vegetables as well as some sauteed things like mushrooms and onions on hand. And what we've been doing lately is just making these little personal pizzas using tortillas. And here I'm just using some hummus. This is some store-bought hummus. It's a local product and it's really good. So I just spread that on there and it's kind of like my cheese, if you will. And then I made some pizza sauce out of some tomato sauce mixed with Italian herbs. And then I start topping it with whatever veggies I have on hand. So this time I had sauteed mushrooms and onions, and I had some cut up strips of bell peppers, and so I threw those on there as well. And then I always have some greens on hand, so I put some spinach on there. And then I top it with, some fresh cracked pepper or Italian herbs or whatever kind of seasonings I like. And I found that if I put some nutritional yeast on there as well as drizzle some of the cashew cream over it, this kind of bakes down and became kind of cheesy, and it was actually quite good. And for this dinner, I decided to throw together a salad, again using some cut up fresh veggies and some bagged lettuce that I have, keeping it pretty simple tonight, and using some of the cashew cream to make a dressing as well. And these pizzas make a great option for feeding people at your table who are not plant-based, because everybody can put what they want to on their pizza and everybody is happy. I like to kind of throw those ideas out for people because not everybody eats the same way. Again, I'm using some fresh cut up veggies that I have, as well as some pre-packaged things I keep on hand from the grocery store just because they're easy to use. And I air fried some tofu, as well as cooked a little jasmine rice, threw all the veggies in a skillet with the Trader Joe's soyaki sauce, threw my air fried tofu in there to get everything coated, and that made a really delicious dinner. It's getting cooler here, so I like to roast a lot of things in the oven. So I roasted some bell peppers and onions, I baked some tofu, and I made some butternut squash and sweet potatoes in the oven as well. And then I always have some sort of a soup on hand, so this is just a basic non-starchy vegetable soup. And then from my batch of cashew cream, I just take a little bit and dilute it down with water, add some spices that I like, and I have a sauce. So for this lunch, I just had some of the non-starchy veggie soup on the side. And then I took the butternut squash and sweet potato and the roasted bell peppers with the onions and the baked tofu, and I just heated that stuff up in the microwave. And then I took some mixed greens and put those in a big salad bowl, and I topped the salad greens with all this yummy stuff. Topped it with my sauce, some chopped up scallions and cilantro, and let me tell you, this was a really hearty and nourishing lunch. Sometimes I'll take whatever soup I have on hand and see if I can transform it into something different. So this is just a basic non-starchy veggie soup that I will eat as a side. Or for this lunch, I turned it into its own meal. So I used some of the jasmine rice that I had from the night I cooked the stir fry. And then I'm adding some canned chickpeas that I just drained and rinsed. So I just put however much of those I want in there. And then I add as much soup as I want. And then I change the flavor of this by adding a little bit of red curry paste. And I literally could put cilantro on everything. I just love it. So I topped this with some cilantro and some fresh scallions, a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper, and this made honestly one of the best soups I've ever made. One of my favorite soups in the fall is roasted butternut squash and apple soup. And I know the apples might sound a little strange, but trust me, they add a really lovely flavor to this. So I used the rest of my roasted butternut squash and my roasted red onions, and I threw in some of the baked apples. I didn't really measure anything, I just threw in what I thought would taste good. This is in a couple cups of water with a little no chicken bouillon paste. And I blended that up in my blender. And then I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of spice, so I put in some of the red curry paste. And I added a little pinch of thyme, some freshly cracked black pepper, and like a tablespoon of my cashew cream to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And mixed all that together. And then when I heated it up and served it up in a bowl, I garnished with a little bit more of the cashew cream and of course cilantro, because I could put cilantro on everything, as well as a few pumpkin seeds. And this was really delicious. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment down below. I always like reading your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.